Namaste and welcome, my friends. Assalamu alaikum, Sat Sri Akal. How wonderful to have you. How a little warm, so I'm going to cool down through our practice. I'm glad we've got practice of yin now. We're working through our series of these New Year practices, and we started with our chakra boost. And for our practice today of yin, we're going to do some chakra tuning, and we'll work through the chakras as we practice yin today. And we're going to start with so this chakra tuning, so we did the boost yesterday to really activate and bring the awareness to each of our chakras. And now we're going to sort of tune into those chakra points in our practice today. So the beauty of the yin practice is that it gives us time to reflect, to meditate, to tune in and move with that grace, the tender care that we invite into this practice of yin. Our invitation is to explore our subtle edges and to surrender and soften into stillness. So when we move beyond our subtle edges, it becomes a barrier to surrendering and softening. And we are less likely to be still. We may be physically still, but because we've gone beyond our appropriate edge, or we've met too close to that edge, our mind will be very active because we will be experiencing discomfort near that edge, near that end point. So we want to be well within that place so we can attain stillness of mind and tune into the energetic experience of the body of the chakras. Let's start by adopting our Chakra Mudra. So there's a Chakra Mudra. It's a mudra that encompasses all of the chakras. So bringing your palms out for the moment and fingers spread. What we're going to do is we're going to spiral the hands. And so here's our left and right hand. So you can bring the right hand closer to your body or the left hand closer to your body. I'm inviting you to make the choice that feels most comfortable for you. So take the right index and the left thumb and bring them together, palms coming together. And then the little finger of the right hand and the index finger of the left hand. And the thumb of the right hand touches the pulse point of the left arm. So if I reverse here, you can see my index and thumb come together, my little finger and index come together, and my thumb comes to be placed on my index. So I create almost this sort of sun-like spiral. So if I move my hands away, you can see that there's a little rotation so that my index and little fingers can rest against the thumb and the opposite index. And then hold this in front of the heart, the Chakra Mudra. Closing your eyes here. Settling into the breath. I'm going to invite you to tune into each of your chakra points before we move into our physical practice. At the root, Muladhara. Think, feel, and imagine the color red. Allow this red to give a sense of strength, foundation, this strong, powerful color that provides support and stability. At the Swaha chakra, as we rise above the Muladhara to the pelvic area, the sacral area, think, feel, and imagine the color orange. This warm orange. And invite a softness to this color. Rising higher up to the Manipur chakra. At the solar plexus, just above the navel. Think, feel, and imagine the color yellow. This is a vibrant, strong, bright yellow. Ascending to the heart space, Anahata chakra. Here at the heart, think, feel, and imagine the color green. Any green of your choosing. Rising higher still to the throat chakra, the Vishuddha chakra. Here, think, feel, and imagine the color blue. Rising to the third eye, between the eyebrow center. Think, feel, and imagine the color violet. Here at the third eye, the meeting point of the rising and descending energies of Mukti Bhukti, of the grounding and liberating energies. They meet here at the third eye. And finally, rising with your awareness to just above the crown, the Sahasrara chakra. And here, think, feel, and imagine a bright, radiant color, silver, gold, rainbow. Imagine these colors like a rainbow traveling through yourself, the physical and the energetic body. And we'll chant our mantra Om 3 times, and then our Vedic mantra for each of the chakras, and we'll do call and response. Inhale to prepare. Om. 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 Starting with Muladhara and rising up to the Sahasrara. Om Bhu. Om Bhu. Swadhisthana. Om Bhuva. Om Bhuva. Manipura. Om Swaha. Om Swaha. Anahata. Om Maha. Om Maha. Vishuddha. Om Jana. Om Jana. The Agnya chakra at the third eye. Om Tapa. Om Tapa. The crown. Om Satyam. Om Satyam. And now Shanti. Om Shanti. 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 Release your Chakra Mudra And we're going to do some gentle tapping. And we'll tap on our points, the chakra points, as we move up. So starting at the perineum, at the very root of you here. And if you don't wish to place your hands here at the perineum, you may place them on the earth as an option. And as we're tapping, we'll repeat our affirmations. And you can repeat them with me. I'll repeat once myself and invite you to join on the second. When I am in that place of love and oneness, and just fluttering here with your fingertips on the perineum. When I'm in that place of love and oneness, I am one with Mother Earth. I am one with Mother Earth. Now rising to just at the pelvic area here. So sort of below the belly. So, and above the pubis. When I am in that place of love and oneness, when I am in that place of love and oneness, I am creative and I embrace loving relationships. I am creative and I embrace loving relationships. Now just above the navel at the solar plexus. And again, you can see I'm just gently fluttering my fingers as if they're wings of a hummingbird. When I am in that place of love and oneness, when I'm in that place of love and oneness, I am empowered and empower others. I am empowered and I empower others. To the heart, gentle tapping here at the sternum here. When I'm in that place of love and oneness, when I am in that place of love and oneness, I feel compassion and love for the self and others. I feel love and compassion for the self and others. Now gently on the throat. So here I'm choosing the base of the throat, that soft area at the base of the throat. And you might just want to tap with 2 fingers here, with your peace fingers here. Otherwise it may feel a little too much. When I'm in that place of love and oneness, when I'm in that place of love and oneness, I understand everything. I understand myself. I understand others. I understand the universe. When I am in that place of love and oneness, I understand everything. Myself, others, and the universe. And now the eyebrow center. And again, here I invite you to use your peace fingers very gently between the eyebrows at the third eye for the Agnya chakra. When I'm in that place of love and oneness, when I am in that place of love and oneness, I know everything. The self, others, and the universe. I know everything. The self, others, and the universe. And now the crown, and here you can use both fingers, both hands, gentle fluttering here, not too hard, on the crown here. When I am in that place of love and oneness, when I am in that place of love and oneness, I am one with everything. The self, others, and the universe. When I'm in that place of love and oneness, I am one with everything. The self, others, and the universe. And now we're going to tap all the way back down and we're going to repeat our Vedic mantra. So starting with Om Satyam, and we'll do call and response. Om Satyam, Om Satyam, third eye. Om Tapa, Om Tapa, Vishuddha. Om Jana, Om Jana, the heart. Om Maha, Om Maha, Manipur. Om Swaha, Om Swaha, the pelvic sacral area for the sun. Om Bhuva, Om Bhuva, Om Bhuva, and the perineum, the root here, or the earth directly. Om Bhu, Om Bhu, and we'll go back up, and this time we'll do the chanting together. Om Bhu, Om Bhuva, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Jana, Om Tapa, Om Satyam. Release the hands, release the tapping. Let's come to standing. We're going to rise up into Tadasana, standing mountain, for our Muladhara Chakra. So root through to the earth here. Lift the toes and place them on the earth one by one. Let's come into our Chakra Mudra. So remember, let's bring the right index and left thumb together. Right little finger and left index together. And right thumb on the left pulse point here. So we create this spiral here. Standing mountain here, Tadasana. Soften the knees. Feel the connection between all 4 points of your feet and the earth. Closing your eyes here. And visualize the rainbow of colors as we tune in to the root, the Muladhara. This point of connection with the earth. Squeeze the pelvic floor here. This will engage the Mula band, the lock around the perineum. We are connected to the element of Prithvi, earth, the sense of smell, gandha. The yantra is a red cube. That's the shape. The lotus flower here has 4 petals. Ombu. From here, my friends, we're going to come into Ragdoll or Uttanasana, forward fold here. So again, stay connected through the feet. Gentle bend in the knees. As you exhale, let's hinge from the hips and fold forward and allow the crown to be drawn down towards the earth. And take hold of opposite elbows here. Here, the perineum, the tailbone are reaching up towards the sky. We are evenly balanced on our feet. The upper body is heavy. The neck, the head, the neck, the shoulders, the arms. Soft bend in the knees to ensure that you are exploring the subtle edge and not stretching too much into your hamstrings. We want to have a gentle sensation here. Ombu, stability, security, roots, foundation. We'll be here for another minute, so allow the upper body to really soften and surrender the upper body to the earth. Become one with the earth here. Feel that intimate connection between the crown and the earth here. This circuit of energy that starts at the very root and circles around and returns to the root. So we move from a place of safety and security and we return to the place of safety and security. 3 more breaths. And then release your hands, my friends, and heel toe your feet out. Turn your toes out. We're coming into the squat, the yogi squat here, Malasana. And again, you can reach for your bolster or some cushions so that you're not sitting directly on the earth if you wish. Or you can be hovering. You choose. I'm placing some cushions underneath my root here. And again, let's bring our hands into our our Chakra Mudra. So spiral your hands, and then the palms facing each other, and then the right index meets the left thumb, right little finger meets the left index, right thumb then rests on the left pulse point. Muladhara here. And here, let's tune in to our ancestral connection with the earth. Whether our family is known to us or unknown to us, whether our ancestors are known to us or unknown to us, we have this ancestral connection with the earth itself that tells our story. Tune into this. Intuitively connect with the story of your lineage. You live the story of your lineage in your behaviors, your patterns, your thoughts, your expression. You are the sum total of your ancestors. One more breath here. Om Bhu. Release the mudra, and let's come onto the earth. We're going to move into the rotation pose, Meridiasana, the deer rotation. So let's bring a bolster or large pillow or cushions. So you can have a bolster, oh sorry Pepper, or some cushions here, whatever you choose to place. Bring them up towards your right hip, my friends. And then turn, and your legs are in a zigzag. So your right shin here is parallel to one edge of the mat. The left shin is parallel to the other edge of the mat. And then turn your heart to the right over your cushion or bolster. And as you exhale, fold down towards the earth. And here, when you're resting here, you can bring your hands into your Chakra Mudra if you wish. You may need to rotate them. And then place your right ear on your cushion or bolster, or place your eyebrow center on your bolster or cushion. Yogi's choice here. And you can always turn in the opposite direction after a while here. So we're coming into this Meridiasana, this deer rotation for the Swadhisthana Chakra. We are moving into the Swadhisthana Chakra here. And the Swadhisthana Chakra, my friend, is the chakra that's connected to the element of water, Jal, Apas. Think, feel, and imagine the color orange, holding a full moon within which lies a silver crescent moon or milky white crescent moon. The sense here is taste, rasa. The lotus flower here has 6 petals. Tune into this sensation that you're here having around the sacral area. Om Bhuva. One full minute here. Soften the upper body. And as we come to the close of this minute, Move with tender care and awareness as we rise up from here. And as usual, to minimize the amount of fuss we make, we're going to turn and come into Supta Baddha reclined butterfly. Now check if you are happy with the height of your pillows or cushions. You may want to have a little bit more height so you don't have to recline so far back, in which case add another layer. Soles of the feet are together. Awareness to the Swadhisthana, the sacral area here. And when you're ready, my friends, with supporting hands, lower gently onto your cushions or pillow or bolster, so that you come into reclined butterfly. And here with your hands again, my friends, let's come into our Chakra Mudra and see where it feels restful for you. So I'm going to hold it here at my, just below the abdomen, just below the navel, at the lower abdomen, around the sacral area. This may not feel very relaxing or comfortable for you, in which case you can place your hands on either side of you. But as I'm tuning in, it helps me to tune into this area by creating the Chakra Mudra here. And the chakra or Chakra Mudra here, remember, is the index of one hand meeting the thumb of the opposite hand, the little finger meeting the index of the opposite hand, and the thumb meeting the pulse point of the opposite hand. Continuing to visualize the color orange, and it may be that you experience this orange spreading and radiating and glowing throughout the body, perhaps beyond the body and around you. This is an invitation for you to visualize the chakras as beyond the physical body. Om Bhuva. Here we are connected with our creation, with creativity. And all of fertility. And fertility here is in the sense of things that grow, ideas, relationships, nature, fertile land that nourishes and offers sustenance. So it is this connection with nourishment and sustenance when we talk about fertility, rather than in the reproductive sense, although of course that's part of it. But we grow in many ways. We offer and support growth in many ways, rather than in thinking in these narrow terms. One full breath here. We're going to shift very gently into seated by supporting ourselves with our hands, and then turning our left hip towards our support here. And remember, you can adjust the height of the support here as you come into your twist, Mrigasana, to the left. Now the left shin is parallel to one edge of the mat, and the right shin is parallel to the other edge of the mat. So you create this zigzag. Pardon me for having my back to you. Turn your heart over your cushion or bolster. And then as you exhale, fold down. And again, bring your hand into your Chakra Mudra here. And it should come quite easily here in this position. You're either left resting your left ear on your cushion, or you're resting your right ear on your cushions. So whether, depending on which ear you choose, you will be intensifying the twist, and that is entirely your subtle edge to explore. Remember, we're staying well back from any end range motions or edges. Yin is a practice of softness and stillness. We're still working with the Swadhisthana here. When I'm in that place of love and oneness, I'm creative and embrace loving relationships. Your sexuality, your sensuality, the passions that you experience are flowing in this area of the body, this area of the subtle body, the Swadhisthana. It's where your feelings are experienced. It gives rise to this intimate connection with your emotions. Hence why the element of water is so closely associated with the Swadhisthana. This is the element that is flowing through this area. 3 more breaths here, Mrigyasana. From here, my friends, inhale to rise up. We're going to remove our cushions or bolster and come to lie on our back here. So come to a reclined supine position here. We're going to move into Chandrasana, crescent moon pose, or banana asana as it's often called in the West. So your hips are in the middle of the mat here. We're now moving up into the Manipur chakra. Inhale and lift the hips and move them over to the right of your mat. Keep your head and feet in the center. And then perhaps you walk your feet over a little bit more into the bottom left-hand corner. And then you take your head to the top left-hand corner. So you create this curve here, this crescent shape. You also have the option of crossing the right leg over the left. Reach overhead and take hold of the right arm, right wrist with the left hand. Or here overhead, you can create the Chakra Mudra if you wish. And here we're focusing on the Manipur at the solar plexus. So this will be the place probably where you experience the most intense stretch of this pose. Think, feel, and imagine the color yellow here. The element for Manipura is fire, Tejas or Agni. There's 2 different words. You can choose either one. The sense here is sight, Rupa. So as the fire burns, we see more clearly. The dross is burnt away. All that doesn't serve us, all that is in our way, all of the obstacles are burnt away in this fire. The yantra, or the shape, is a downward pointing triangle. the lotus flower here has 10 petals. And often, sometimes what I like to do is I like to let each petal has its own unique sound and vibration in Sanskrit. But an invitation for you in your home language is to place a quality on each of the petals that connect to the Manipur chakra. Confidence, self-esteem, power, processing, assimilation, discernment, action, commitment, motivation. So these are examples of qualities and characteristics of the Manipur chakra. One more full breath here. And then let's bring our head back to center, bring our feet back to center, and then shift our hips and pelvis back to center. Align here for a moment. And what I'm going to ask you to do is create your Chakra Mudra here and place it above your solar plexus, your Manipur chakra here. So remember, the right hand index and left hand thumb come together. The right hand little finger and left index come together, and the right hand thumb is on the left pulse point here. And then place this at solar plexus. And if you are able to hear snoring, that is my beautiful little pepper dog, who is deeply relaxed. He's like an old man. He's an old man now. In dog years, he's in his 80s. When I am in that place of love and oneness, I am empowered and empower others. Om Swaha. And now, my friends, let's release the mudra and shift the hips over to the left-hand side and walk the feet to the right-hand corner and turn the head towards the top right-hand corner. And again, you can come into your mudra here, above your crown, or you can hold the left wrist with the right hand, creating Chandrasana, crescent moon. And then pay attention to this area above the solar plexus, above the navel at the solar plexus, around where the diaphragm is. You could cross the left ankle over the right to intensify this experience. So you have an extension on one side of the body, on one side of the abdomen, and a contraction on the other side of the body, the torso, the abdomen. Here we're tuning into the Manipur chakra. Tuning into the chakras is an opportunity for us to reset, reactivate, reboost for the new year. Inhale, we're in new beginnings. Inhale, head back to center, feet back to center. And again, let's bring our Chakra Mudra above the solar plexus here, the Manipur. Allow your feet to relax and turn out. And so remember, we want to bring the opposite index and little finger together, and then the opposite index and the thumb together, and then the opposite thumb, the thumb onto the opposite wrist. And you can have it left palm closest or right palm closest. Most often we do the right palm closest to the heart, but it depends on what feels comfortable for you, my friends. The intentionality of the energy remains. And then let's release that. And my friends, we're going to roll over onto our abdomens here and come into Sphinx pose, Salambar Bhujangasana. Now we're working with the heart here. So options for you here, my friends, are you can use some cushions or a bolster and place it underneath the rib cage so it supports the heart. And so it's almost as if it's under the armpits here. Arms can be parallel and tracking. Again, you can bring your hands into your Chakra Mudra, or you can have that parallel. So you choose what you prefer to do here. And then consciously and with awareness, lift the crown. This will help to extend and lengthen the sternum, opening up the Anahata. Draw the shoulders down and away from your ears. Here, the awareness is to both the front and the back of the heart space, the Anahata. Think, feel, and imagine the color green here. The element is Vayu, air. The sense here is touch, sparsha. The yantra, or the shape here at the heart, is a six-pointed star, an upward pointing triangle and a downward pointing triangle coming together. The lotus flower here has 12 petals. And again, you have an invitation to place a word or meaning associated with the heart chakra on each petal, should you feel called to do this. Love, compassion, empathy, forgiveness, acceptance, joy, faith, trust, quiet, relationship, belonging, Om Maha, Om Maha. When I am in this place of love and oneness, I'll feel compassion and love for self, others, and the universe. You may choose to stay here in Salambar Bhujangasana, Sphinx, or you may rise up into seal pose by placing your hands in the corners of your mat and extending your arms. This is a more intense experience for the lower back. And if it doesn't change the experience in the heart, then you can always come back to Salambar Bhujangasana. So see how this feels for you. And it may feel too intense for your lower back. Remember, we're not working on that part of the body. We're not working on that, the energy in the lower back here. We're working in the energy of the heart. So keep the heart open both at the back and the front. The Anahata, the unstruck, unseen, unheard place. And again, as you visualize this shade of green, you can place a candle at the heart itself, and then the shade of green emanating out in all directions, all 6 directions of this 6-pointed star. And at the heart of that star, there may be a candle flame burning brightly. It's connected to the element of air because love permeates and is all pervading. It contains that essential element of oxygen that we need, that is transported in air. And love in that same way is essential for our existence to have meaning and connection. 3 more breaths here in your version of Sphinx, Salambal, Bhujangasana, or Seal. From here, my friends, we're going to move into Matsyasana, supported fish pose. So let's rise up and come back into child's pose for a moment. Keep the arms extended long, and you can choose to support yourself by lying on a bolster or pillow here with the upper body, or come directly to the earth. Here you can bring your hands into your Chakra Mudra. Right thumb on the left wrist, right index meeting the left thumb, right little finger meeting the left index, creating this spiral with the hands. Releasing your child's pose Malasana. For your Matsyasana, choose what you wish to place underneath your back here. So you can have something a little higher or something that's a little lower. Essentially, we want our head to be off the edge. And so if our head does not connect with the earth, it means that our choice is too high, in which case place a cushion there so that our crown is connected with something. So for me, this feels about right. This is not a big bolster. This is a very small cushion from the sofa. So let's come with our lower back sacrum as we move from the Anahata to the Vishuddha, the throat chakra here. So here, this is perfect for me because I can lift my chin here, open my throat, and my head is supported by the cushion on the earth. If I removed my cushion, my head would just be hanging here, but I would prefer to have a little bit of support for my head here. But my throat is open here. You can keep the knees bent and feet flat on the earth. This will provide a bit more stability for your lower back. If you don't need to have that additional support because your lower back has no story to tell, then you can extend your legs long. And coming into fish pose, the main experience we want to have here is the heart is open and the throat is open here. And the chin is lifted here. So the crown of the head is either on the earth or on a cushion. And again, you can bring your hands into a spiral here and have them resting on your body in your Chakra Mudra. Or you can take your hands overhead if you wish. That's another experience you may choose to have. If that feels too much for you. Or arms alongside you, palms face up. These adjustments, thinking about what will bring you into stillness so that you may tune into the throat chakra here and create openness here, the flow of energy, so that you may express the Vishuddha chakra without restriction or restraint. When you are settled in your alignment here for Matsyasana fish pose, supported fish pose, and you've decided where you wish to rest your hands, you may close your eyes. And in your mind's eye, think, feel, and imagine the color blue. The element here is space or ether, akasha. The sense is sound, hearing, shabda. The yantra or the shape here is a blue circle. And the lotus flower here at the throat has 16 petals. It is the second most petaled and flowering lotus flower after the Sahasrara, after the crown. Om Jana. When I am in this place of love and oneness, I understand everything, self, others, and the universe. And it is from this truthful acknowledgement that I speak. It is with truthful connection that I listen. The qualities here center on communication and expression of the self, and hearing the voice of others, as well as being able to speak one's own truth with honesty, with integrity. Om Jana. It is through hearing and listening that we come to understanding. It is through speaking and sharing with others that we help others to come into understanding. Three more breaths here in Matsyasana with support. And to transition out of this pose with care, bend into your legs and bring your feet onto the earth. And then very carefully roll over onto one side. And then rest here. Perhaps you tuck in the chin ever so slightly to now release the back of the neck. From here, we're going to rise up into Virasana, hero's pose. As we rise to the Agnya Chakra, inhale when you're ready to rise up with helping hands. Now for Virasana, or hero's pose, this is where you may need your blankets. You can roll them up and place them underneath the insides of your ankles. Remember, you can place a cushion underneath the seat. You may also place your knees on a cushion, and you can place your ankles on a cushion. So choose an option for you here. If Virasana is difficult to find because of stories in your knees or ankles, then my friends, I invite you to come into either Baddha Konasana or Sukhasana, or sit on a block. So come into a sort of upright position so that the spine is tall here, and your legs, choose a variation for your legs that feels comfortable for you. Because remember where we're flowing with the energy. I'll turn and face you, my friends. We're focusing here on the third eye. So coming into your Chakra Mudra with your hands here. Closing your eyes. And here, slightly turn up the eyeballs so that you're looking at the third eye internally. Here, think, feel, and imagine the color violet. We are now beyond all of the physical elements and senses. Or we encompass all of the physical senses and elements. There is all nothing here. There's everything and nothing here at the eyebrow center. This is when we come into complete knowledge and insight. There are two petals on the lotus flower here, one for Shiva, one for Shakti. This is where the energy fields come together. The active, dynamic energy pulsates within consciousness, the still and inert energy of consciousness. Om Tapa. I know when I am in this place of love and oneness, I know everything, the self, others, and the universe. Om Tapa. Om Tapa. Om Tapa for the Agnya Chakra. This is the command center. This is the gateway to our inner knowingness, our intuition, our cosmic intelligence. This is the gateway to the dream world, the spiritual world, the ethereal world. And now, let's move into the Sahasrara. And here, my friends, for Sahasrara Chakra, for the crown chakra, you may choose to lie down in Shavasana, or come into a meditation pose. So you choose how you would like to sit here, my friends. And I invite you to be comfortable here because this is where you're going to stay for 5 or 10 minutes after our practice closes in this position. So choose a comfortable position, either lying down in Shavasana or in Sukhasana, or this meditation on the crown, Sahasrara. Bring your hands into your Chakra Mudra. And if you're lying down, perhaps you reach your arms overhead so that the mudra is above your crown. Think, feel, and imagine all the colors of the rainbow here, or a bright, brilliant light, golden or silver in color. Om Satyam. When I am in this place of love and oneness, I am one with everything, the self, others, and the universe. There is no separation. There's only the universal soul and consciousness. I am whole and complete in this place. Om Satyam, the 1,000-petaled lotus flower here. There is no separation between the elements. There is no separation between the senses or individual souls here. There is union. My friends, I will leave you here in this meditation. If your hands above your crown become too much, you can rest your hands in your lap or on your heart space. Setting your timer for 5-10 minutes. And when you are ready to rise, close by revisiting Om Shanti and each of the mantras. Om Bhu, Om Bhuva, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Jana, Om Tapa, Om Satyam, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Dhanyavad, Dhanyavad, Dhanyavad.